Hola amigos, ¿cómo está? Hello and welcome. Hello friends, how are you? We're going to give this a little bit of time because we had some technical difficulties starting off. I decided that we will broadcast on this channel tonight just to make sure that we have enough viewers. In the future, however, we are going to be moving the Storytime Sunday live feeds over to our production page, which is Our River Road. So if you guys will all do me a favor and add Our River Road, all one word, to your Facebook likes, that would be great, because going forward, that is where I'm going to be doing most of the Storytime Sunday. Plus, there'll be other fun and educational and entertainmental, that's not a word, but I just made it up, entertaining programs on that channel. So I'm going to start moving them over that way. So if you want to continue to be notified when Storytime Sunday begins, please add, or like I should say, Our River Road. And that's River Road Productions. And going forward, I will be doing Storytime Sunday there. But for tonight, it's Cinco de Mayo. Bueno. What is Cinco de Mayo? That's what a lot of people would like to know. Cinco de Mayo, it means 5th of May. Cinco is 5, Mayo is May, day is of. Cinco de Mayo. And a lot of people think it means Independence Day, but it doesn't. Actually, Cinco de Mayo is a day that the Mexicans beat the French during the war in a town called Pueblo. And so they kind of celebrate this day. Not that much, though. In America, we celebrate it a lot more. And what it's become is a time to celebrate our Mexican friends. Those who have come to America and those who are friends of Americans. This is a day to celebrate Mexico and Mexico culture and heritage. So, with that being said, tonight's book is perfect for that, as is tonight's dinner. I wish that this was in 4D so you could smell what I smell, because right now I smell tacos, and I love tacos. But with my tacos, I also love guacamole. Do you know what guacamole is? Guacamole is that green stuff you see that people eat with chips, and it's made from this fruit right here. This is called avocado. This is a very, very good fruit for a lot of different things. But one of my favorite things is guacamole. And this is what an avocado looks like. When you cut it, there's a big, giant, round seed inside of it, and really mushy fruit. You take that fruit and you mix it with tomatoes, and you mix it with onions, and you make a dip to dip things in. And tonight's book is perfect for Cinco de Mayo, because tonight's book is Holy Squawkamole. Little Red Hen makes guacamole. I'll show that a little bit better. And this is retold by Susan Wood. This is actually based on another story you might have heard before, but this is retold by Susan Wood and illustrated by Laura Gonzalez. Oh boy, look at all those peppers. Woo! Makes me hot just looking at them. Holy Squawkamole! Little Red Hen makes guacamole. One day, Little Red Hen was hungry for guacamole. She looked around her cozy cocina, which is a kitchen. She had masa and cumin. She had beans and queso, but she didn't have any avocados. And there's no guacamole without avocados. So Little Red Hen trotted to the avocado grove. Holy Squawkamole, she clucked. That's a tall tree. Cootie, will you help me gather avocados for my guacamole? Not I, snorted Cootie. I'm hanging out, but I'll help you eat it when it's done, Gallina Roja. Nothing beats a tasty guacamole. Then I'll gather the avocados myself, said Little Red Hen. And she did. This is a coati. And look how tall those trees are. Oh my goodness. Now Little Red Hen had her avocados, but she needed tomatoes. There's no guacamole without tomatoes. So Little Red Hen trotted to her vegetable garden. Holy squawkamole, she clucked. Those tomato vines are tangly. Snake, will you help me pluck tomatoes for my guacamole? Not I, hissed Snake. I'm all tied up, but I'll help eat it when it's done, Cainta Roja. Nothing beats a tasty guacamole. Well, then I'll pluck the tomatoes myself, said Little Red Hen, and she did. Now Little Red Hen had her avocados and her tomatoes, but she needed onions. There's no guacamole without onions. So Little Red Hen trotted to the onion patch. Holy squawkamole, she clucked. Those onions are buried so deep. Armadillo, will you help me dig the onions for my guacamole? Not I, grunted Armadillo. I gotta jump, but I'll eat them when it's done, Gallina Roja. Nothing beats a tasty guacamole. Then I'll dig the onions myself, said Little Red Hen. And she did. Now Little Red Hen had her avocados, tomatoes, and onions, but she needed cilantro. There's no guacamole without cilantro. So Little Red Hen trotted to her herb garden. Holy squawkamole, she clucked. That cilantro is bushy. Iguana, will you help me snip cilantro for my guacamole? Not I, chirped Iguana. I'm busy basking, but I'll help eat it when it's done. Gallina Roja. Nothing beats a tasty guacamole. Then I'll snip the cilantro myself, said Little Red Hen. And she did. Holy squawkamole! Now Little Red Hen had her avocados, tomatoes, onions, and cilantro. And she needed to mash and mix them. There's no guacamole without mashing and mixing. So Little Red Hen trotted back to her casa. Holy squawkamole! She clucked. This moquete is a lot of work. Well, who will help me mash and mix? That's a lot of stuff to mash and mix. Not I, hissed Snake. Not I, grunted Armadillo. Not I, snorted Cody. Not I, chirped Iguana. But we'll help you eat it when it's done, Gallina Roja, they said together. Then I'll mash and mix them myself, said Little Red Hen. And she did. Then she added something special. At last, the guacamole was done. The avocados were creamy, the tomatoes were tangy, the onions were zesty, the cilantro smelled heavenly. Holy squawkamole, Little Red Hen clucked. That's a lot of guacamole. Who will help me eat this? I will, snorted Cody. I will, chirped Iguana. I will, grunted Armadillo. I will, hissed Snake. Nothing beats a tasty guacamole, they said together. Cody stuck it into the tacos. Snake scooped it out with a tortilla. Armadillo rolled it into a burrito, and Iguana slurped it straight. Mmm, they all said. Suddenly, they stopped chewing. They huffed and puffed. Oh, they winced and wheezed. They sweated and they slobbered. What do you think is the matter with them? Holy squawkamole, they all hollered. That's a smoking hot guacamole. Little Red Hen smiled. Nothing beats a tasty guacamole, she clucked. And together they ate every spicy bit. She added a pepper to it. Ooh, that's a spicy guacamole. That red pepper in there. Ooh, here's the story of guacamole. Guacamole is a yummy blend of mashed avocado, vegetables, and seasonings. Although most people think of it as a dip, it's actually a sauce that's hundreds of years old. It's believed that the Aztecs of Mexico first made a guacamole, or avocado sauce, in the 1300s. When Spanish explorers came to Mexico in the 1500s, they found the Aztecs using a stone mortar and pestle, or molcajete, to mash up ripe avocados with a variety of tomatoes, onions, hot peppers, and cilantro. The Spaniards loved the delicious sauce and brought it back with them to Europe. Over time, the name changed from guacamole to guacamole. Though guacamole was first mashed and mixed in Mexico, today the sauce is made and enjoyed all over the world. Most traditional recipes call for the same ingredients the Aztecs used, but there's really only one required ingredient. There's no guacamole without avocado. Japanese-inspired guacamole is made with avocados, shredded daikon radishes, soy sauce, green onions, rice vinegar, and spicy wasabi. French or Italian-style guacamole is spread on crusty bread and topped with herbs like shallots, tarragon, basil, and garlic. Caribbean-influenced guacamole uses fresh mango, papaya, pineapple, and even pomegranate seeds to give a fruity flair. In America, the sauce is typically served as a dip with tortilla chips at parties and celebrations as a tasty snack. Guacamole is so beloved in America, in fact, that it even has its own holiday. September 16th is National Guacamole Day. That is also Mexican Independence Day. Not today, which a lot of people get that mixed up. Today is a celebration of the Battle of the Pueblo. September 16th is National Guacamole Day and Mexican Independence Day. Guacamole is so delicious, though, that we eat it all year round because nothing beats a tasty guacamole. And there's even in this book, you have to get this book, there's ingredients and directions and helpful hints on how to make your own guacamole at home, and a glossary about all of the animals that we learned about. So the armadillo, this means mammal, and it's Spanish for a little armored one. Its body is covered in an armor of bony plates and leathery skin. The 9-banded armadillo that lives in the Mexican forest eats insects and is a great digger. It digs burrows to nest in. While gathering nesting materials like leaves and twigs, it hops on its hind legs. When startled, 9-banded armadillos can jump 4 feet straight upwards. Oh my gosh, I think that's taller than some of you. It talks about avocado. We know what an avocado is. We know what a burrito is. A casa, we learned about that in the book. A casa is Spanish for house. Cilantro is an herb that we put in a lot of different foods. Coati is the white-nosed coati, or coatimundi, lives in a forest in Mexico. This mammal has a long ringed tail and can reach the size of a house cat. It eats insects, fruits, eggs, and small animals. It climbs trees easily where it sleeps at night. Cocina is Spanish for kitchen. Cumin is a spice used in a lot of Mexican cooking. Gallina is Spanish for little hen. So they kept saying gallina roja. That's little red hen. Roja means red. Iguana. These large lizards are right at home on the ground or up in the treetops of Mexican forests. Because they are cold-blooded, they like to bask in the sun to maintain their correct body temperature. They eat fruit and leafy plants. Their green and brown coloring provides good camouflage, helping them blend in with their surroundings so predators can't see them. Masa, we heard about that. Masa is a corn flour dough used to make tortillas and other Mexican foods. Molcajete. Now that's made of lava stone. This is called a pestle and mortar, but in Spanish, it's called a molcajete. And this is what she mixed everything in. Queso is Spanish for cheese. Roja, Spanish for red. We know what tacos are. That's dinner. And so this is for all the guacamole fans. Holy Squawkamole! This was a fun book, and it was so educational. Did you guys learn something today? I know I did. I did not know the origins of guacamole, and I didn't know there were so many different kinds of guacamole all over the world. I think that's fascinating, and I might need to try some of those. So, again, the book, Holy Squawkamole, Little Red Hen Makes Guacamole, retold by Susan Wood, illustrated by Laura Gonzalez. And remember, you should really pick this book up because in the back there's some great directions on how to make guacamole at home. And there's a lot of information in this book too. So, happy Cinco de Mayo. I task you all to go out and learn something about Mexican culture today that you did not know. That's how we can celebrate Cinco de Mayo, which stands for the 5th of May, as that is today. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. In future, please make sure to like the page Our River Road, as that's the production company that I've started, and we're going to start doing our Storytime Sundays over there going forward. So please make sure to like Our River Road on Facebook, and you will be notified when our next Storytime Sunday is going to be. Next week's book is Good Night, Construction Site. And we'll learn a little bit about what happens on a construction site when we're building buildings. So, hooray! Happy Cinco de Mayo. Thank you for joining me. Happy Sunday. Have a great week. Keep being creative and make sure to go to your independent bookseller like Briarpatch Books down in downtown Bangor. And have a wonderful Sunday, guys. We'll see you next week.